Hello everyone, welcome to LearnStocks101.com. It's our free market videos, Monday, August 18, 2014. Looking at the market and some stocks today. Got a couple requests. And I titled this one, The Lid is Off, because last week we had front month expiration for August. So what that means is there's always, in the front month expiration for options, there's always a lot of interest in holding stocks at certain levels because a lot of the big money sells options out of the money or at certain levels, you say, and so there's a little bit of weird action in the front month expiration. I mean, we have that a little bit in weekly expiration, but a lot more in front month expiration. So I mean, I gave you the example last week of Facebook. I mean, I don't have the option chain now because it's obviously gone, but Facebook had all that open interest at the 75 strike on both the put and the call side, and you see where it closed last week, the close of about almost $74, and it made a high that day of $74.65. So I mean, something to pay attention to. But what I mean by the lid is off is that stocks can move accordingly to what their charts are telling them now. And the SPY, there's obviously no technical reason that this SPY is not going to 199. I'm not saying this is happening in a straight line, but I mean that's obviously the next target. I can even take away this ambush zone because it's actually cleared this zone pretty comfortably right here, and cleared and in the gap. So again, there's only outside influences that can bring this market down from where it is right now. And again, I'm not saying anything in a straight line, but it's a difficult place to start buying a lot of things when we're near these highs, but it's also not a place where you want to be the hero and go short in a lot of things either. I see the next move of this, like I said, to 199. The lid is off. The Qs are actually on their way to their first extension. Again, multi-year highs, close to 98.57. The IWM is about to turn bullish. It's through its zone as well, very clearly, that I put out there. Watch fit 115.65. Actually, I'll give you targets on the upside if that does break out and change trend. I've talked about these fibs at length, what these mean. So let's go ahead and clean this up. And then over 115.65, you get 117.22, but that's a pretty good move. I mean, there's nothing in this market saying this is not going higher. But again, I repeat myself again, nothing goes in a straight line all the time, so we have to be careful of that. Always be mindful of your time frame. So TLT pulling back, basically verifying the move of today. I'm looking actually to get back into TLT near the 21 EMA. I just talked to my members about this as well in the members videos, that the most important thing to consider when you're trading is your time frame. Because when I talk about a lot of these positions or setups that we talk about when I give you the stocks, I mean, you can trade them whichever way you want, stock, option, spreads, whichever way you want to do it. But the most important thing is to consider your time frame. Oh my God. And when I refer to time frame, I mainly refer to options, because options decay, options expire. So just be very careful with your time frames and what you're choosing with your options trades. First, someone wanted an update on Yelp. I was looking for a higher low to get put in today. I remember I'm all the way down here by the breakout level. I'm putting my stop. I'm going to watch today's low. That's where I want to watch. But my stop, unless it's falling like a knife, will be now at 74.39. That'll lock in a decent enough profit for me. What I like in a perfect world, again, is another higher low so I can trail my stop. The hardest thing to do when trading is to stay in a profitable trade. Because everybody okay, I don't want to lose the profits I already have, but if you set your stops properly and have a proper plan in place, you'll be okay in these situations. And I'm trying to let this run. 80 is my first target, 85 is my next target. I think this one is the one that's about to take off, which is Chipotle Mexican Grill. And I'll show you why. I'm still looking for a move to 700. It could be a pretty quick move if it breaks out over the 686. But what I'm watching on the charts here is the 4-hour squeeze chart that we have going on right here. And what I mean, let me get to a 4-hour chart. The daily has just jumped into a squeeze. But the 4-hour chart has Bollinger Bands inside Keltner channels. And looks like it's about to explode. I can't really get a good read on this. Let me try to see if I can get this a little closer. It is not allowing me to do what I want to do. So we're just going to skip that and stay where we are. So you can see the Bollinger Bands if I get rid of some studies here. Well, let's do that. Then we can just put them back on. That'll widen up the screen a little bit. You see the Bollinger Bands moving towards the outside of the Keltner channels and price banging up. And like I showed you before, the squeeze, that means the squeeze is about to fire. And if the 4-hour fires, that means the daily will be able to be pushed. But I'm looking at next week's options. I'm not trying to get cute with this one. I'm looking at next week's options, so I give myself some time in case it doesn't happen right away. Probably around the 690 or 695 strike is what I'm looking for. It is a little overcooked, so it's just going to be a quick trade is what I'm looking at. Facebook is another one that the lid is off of, because I think this now is some get up and go to it, because I think over 74.51 it gets back to 76.77. So this becomes one of my favorite trades, which is a momentum breakout trade, which I want to stay in and as long as it keeps making higher lows. So I like tomorrow with a stop at the low of today, $73.96, so $74. I know it's a tight stop. I've seen if that can gap up a little bit in the morning, hold that level, and run over 74.51 where it is now. It's over there right now, and get a run to 76.77. Again, it could definitely go higher because, again, if you look at an all-time chart of Facebook, that is all-time highs. So, again, I've explained this before. When you have something at all-time highs, if it gets over that high, which we made on the earnings day of 76.74, if it gets over that high, it's in blue sky territory. Nobody owns it. It has to sell it any higher than that because they don't own it any higher. So I have a real good eye on Facebook there, and I get a request for Priceline every night, so we'll cover it again. But we'll cover Priceline from the perspective of what I've been showing you over here. I am ready now to put spreads on Priceline, and I'll show you why. Let's load this study set back up. Again, Priceline in a 4-hour squeeze. Okay, we'll show you the 4-hour chart first. In a 4-hour squeeze, it looks like once the fire is short, which means price is at the low side of the bands. Bollinger Band's about to break outside the Keltner channels. I showed you how that works here before. Actually, this is a 4-hour chart. I showed you how that worked on the daily chart when the blue bars came in. So at this high, when we had the squeeze, this high right here, we had the squeeze that had fired long, about 6 or 7 bars in. We got 2 blue bars, and then momentum came out of the trade. So we could set a spread above the level and collect some premium. That's where we're at now. We have 3 blue bars, so I'm ready to set a spread above the highs. Again, we'll look at the implied move, but I like the 1300 strike, 1300, 1305 bear call spread, and try to collect some premium on that one. So that's all we got for tonight. Keep the questions coming. Keep the stock requests coming. I can't cover everything that I get. But I can cover some things, at least. I try to cover the things that are a good chart, at least. The one thing I've been shown in a while is that I get a lot of questions from people just wondering about just receiving the video, the members video, because I just did a members video with like 25 stocks in it, that we covered. You always have the silver membership right here that you don't have to worry about all the wings and dings of the site, bells and whistles. You just get access to the members video, which covers a lot more stocks. The market analysis is about the same, but we cover a lot more stocks, a lot more setups. So keep those questions coming. Like I said, we'll see you in tomorrow's video.